Hey there, Cowboys faithful. Welcome to Cowboys Nation, your trusted channel where we break down every move, every rumor, and every play from our favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. Today, we bring you a hot topic that's blowing up on social media. Chris Olave might be on the Cowboys' radar, and the possibility of a trade from the New Orleans Saints has set off all the alarms. Stick around until the end, because we're going to explain where this rumor comes from, why it makes sense, what Dallas would need to offer, and how Olave would fit into this offense led by Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any detail from the Cowboys world. Let's get to it. Chris Olave is without a doubt one of the most talented young receivers in the NFL. He was a first-round pick in the 2022 draft by the Saints, and since then, he's proven to be a constant threat in the passing game. In his first 2 seasons, he racked up over 2,000 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns, averaging nearly 14 yards per reception. His route running is crisp, his acceleration is explosive, and his ability to create separation makes him a legit WR1. But why would the Saints be willing to let him go? It all comes down to the current context of the New Orleans team. They're entering a transition phase with a new offensive coordinator, an uncertain quarterback room, possibly led by rookie Tyler Show, and an offensive line that still hasn't found its stability. Plus, the Saints are in a tricky salary cap situation. According to analysts like Nick Underhill and Pro Football Network sources, the team is reportedly considering rebuilding its offense and may be open to listening to offers for high-value players like Olave. Even in recent press conferences, Kellen Moore, the new Saints OC, avoided giving guarantees about the long-term future of his receivers, which only added fuel to the speculation. The Dallas Cowboys are coming off yet another postseason disappointment, and one of the most common criticisms has been the lack of depth in the receiving corps. CeeDee Lamb is a superstar, that's clear. But behind him, there are more questions than answers. Brandon Cooks had an up-and-down 2023. Michael Gallup hasn't been the same since his injury. And young receivers like Jalen Tolbert and Jalen Brooks have yet to break out. That's why adding Chris Olave as a WR2 or direct complement to Lamb would be an immediate impact move. Imagine an offense with Lamb on one side, Olave on the other, Jake Ferguson at tight end, and Ezekiel Elliott or Rico Dowdle in the backfield. That's a scary arsenal for any NFL defense. Olave would be a perfect fit in Mike McCarthy's system, which relies on precise routes, timing, and explosiveness after the catch. And with Prescott coming off one of the best years of his career. Now here's the interesting part. Chris Olave is still on his rookie contract, which means he has a very manageable salary cap hit for the Cowboys. But that also means his market value is high. It's estimated that the Saints would ask for at least a second-round pick and a young player with potential, particularly on defense or the offensive line. Some names that have come up as possible trade pieces include Osa Odigizua, DT, Eric Scott Jr., young CB with good upside, or even a package including 2025 picks if the team wants to avoid giving up current talent. Is he worth it? If Dallas is serious about winning now and taking advantage of the current core with Prescott, Lamb, Parsons, and others, yes, he is. A young, explosive, proven WR doesn't hit the trade block often. Like any aggressive move, there are risks too. Olave has had issues with concussions. He's coming off a 2023 season shortened by injuries. And trading away draft capital can backfire if the player doesn't fit in. But if Dallas trusts its medical staff, believes in the chemistry with Prescott, and feels confident in its offensive scheme, the upside of this trade is massive. The answer is a resounding yes. Olave would bring youth, explosiveness, separation, deep threat ability, and versatility in open formations. He'd be the ideal complement to Lamb, pulling away double coverages and giving the rest of the offense more room to operate. And the best part? He's still under contract for 2 more years plus a 5th-year option. In other words, This is a mid-term investment, not just a one-year rental. And now I want to hear from you, faithful Cowboys fans. Would you like to see Chris Olave wearing the star on his helmet? Would you give up a second rounder and a young player for him? Drop your opinion in the comments, share this video with other Cowboys fans, and subscribe if you haven't already. More rumors, analysis, and everything happening with the Lone Star is coming your way. See you in the next video, Cowboys family.